Hello, General Biology. This is a video over nutrient cycling. And so first we've got to discuss what is a nutrient. Well, a nutrient is any particle that is used to help build, repair, or run a body. And we, as animals, get our nutrients from food. So oftentimes we think about food when we think about nutrients. Well, really the nutrients are some of the particles that are in the food, such as phosphorus, which is used by all living things to make their DNA. There are other ingredients in DNA, but phosphorus is one of the nutrients that's always in DNA. So we've got to eat to get the phosphorus to help us make DNA for our cells. Another thing is that we need to eat to help us get the protein that our cells use to build our bodies. Now, a lot of time when we think about protein, we think about protein is good for muscle, and that's true. But actually, protein is good for a lot of things. In fact, most of our body is built out of protein. Our nasal passages and our trachea and our esophagus all have proteins that help make mucus so that food can slide down and that we can catch sticky things and get rid of them. Our tongue, yep, it does have muscle, which is made out of protein. Also, though, our stomach has protein that helps make digestive acids so that we can digest our food. And when our ability for our stomach to gurgle and move and jumble up the food, that comes from protein. Our livers have protein that allow them to help filter our blood. Our large intestine has protein that helps us absorb water. Our small intestine has protein that helps us absorb other nutrients. So all of our body, our hair, our nails, our skin pigment, our eye pigment, all of our body, most of our immune system is made out of protein. So nitrogen is one of the nutrients that we use to help build protein. There are other ingredients in protein too, but we need nitrogen to help build our proteins. And then there's carbon, which we've looked at the carbon cycle. Carbon is a nutrient that is used to build all kinds of things. Our bodies need carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins, and carbon is used to build all of those. So that's why it is important that we have nutrient cycling. Now, we've looked at the carbon cycle. This is an example of the nitrogen cycle, but they're very similar. They both have pools. They both have processes to move the nutrient. And cycling simply means that the nutrient is passing into, through, and out of living bodies, such as plants and animals, and decomposers, but also the environment. There can be pools that aren't living in the environment, like the atmosphere, which is shared for carbon and nitrogen. So that is what it means for nutrients to cycle. Now we can do some comparisons. We can compare carbon cycling with energy flow in ecosystems, and we have some things that are similar. Both energy flow and nutrient cycling and carbon cycling involve pools and processes. In energy flow, the pools were the trophic levels. We've got energy stored with the producers or with the primary consumers or with the secondary consumers. And we have processes. In energy flow, it was photosynthesis helped get energy into the plants. Well, photosynthesis also helps carbon dioxide get into plants, or carbon get into plants as carbon dioxide. And then we had consumption, animals eating plants or each other to get energy. Well, that's the same in the carbon cycle. Plants will consume other animals or plants to get carbon into their system. So those are very similar. There are, however, some differences. Energy flow. With energy flow, energy is always leaving the ecosystem as heat and motion. So as you keep transferring it, there's less and less energy to transfer in the ecosystem. That's not true with nutrient cycling. The nutrients just keep getting recycled over and over and over and over again. They don't ever leave the earth, so they're still around to be used in the future. That's a difference here. Energy, we have to keep going to the sun to get new radiant energy for our ecosystems because they leave as heat and motion. Not so with nutrient cycling. So let's review. A nutrient is any particle, A nutrient is any particle used to build, repair, or run an organism's body. And examples include phosphorus, which is used to build DNA in all living things, nitrogen, which is used to build protein in all living things, and carbon, which is used to build lipids, which are fats and oils, carbohydrates, and protein in all living things. Nutrient cycling is simply stating that nutrients pass into and out of organisms and the environment in a repeating cycle. Carbon cycling is similar to energy flow in the ecosystem because both involve pools and transfer processes, both involve photosynthesis to move into plants, and both involve consumption to move into, animals here, to move into animals. And then nutrient cycling is different from energy flow in the ecosystem because nutrients are continuously cycled through the ecosystem. They can be reused over and over and over and over again. But energy leaves ecosystems as heat in motion, so new radiant energy must be obtained from the sun. I hope this helps. Struggle well.